Okay, so let's get to it, man. There's some news that I want to talk about. It's kind of small, but kind of I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to make of it. I've heard the Daniel Gafford rumors kind of floating about Knicks, like I think Bleacher Report or something was talking about. Yeah, Bleacher Report was talking about Daniel Gafford being here, and I was like, okay, well, we'll see. But then Ian wrote about it yesterday, and I was like, uh oh, what's happening here? So I'm going to touch on it. I'm going to read the article that Ian wrote. So here we go. It says Quentin Grimes drawing trade interest from Hawks, Wizards, Jazz, Knicks, intrigued by Daniel Gafford. Intrigued. What does that mean?
Intrigued.
Intrigued. What does that mean? Things that make you go, hmm. Ian Begley, NBA Insider writes, Grimes just fine. The Knicks are 11-2 since OG Anunoby trade. They have the NBA's best defense over that span and second highest net rating. Only the Cleveland Cavaliers net rating is higher than the New York Knicks. Side note, Cleveland Cavalier has played a bunch of easy teams. Detroit twice, Wizards twice, Nets. They like, so I mean, I guess they should have it. Kind of like us, I guess. Whatever. I feel like I'm hating. I probably am. All right. It's not hyperbole to say that the Knicks is one of the best 3-week stretches in its recent franchise history. It all started obviously with the Anunoby trade. The Knicks' next trade may determine just how far the club can go in postseason. They're looking for secondary ball handling help. You guys already know that. And Quentin Grimes' name is in the middle of it all. Let me fast forward all this. Let me get to this part because we already know all that information. Gafford on the radar. Washington's interest in Grimes is noteworthy for several reasons. One of them, the Knicks have Wizards big man Daniel Gafford on their radar, sources confirm. The interest in Gafford comes while New York is dealing with injuries to Isaiah Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson. Earlier this month, the Knicks were optimistic that Robinson could return before the end of the regular season. Hartenstein has missed 2 games due to left Achilles issue. I feel like this Achilles stuff is nagging too. I don't know if that's what it is. He played with similar ailment last season. As you expect, there is some concern over Hartenstein's health and his availability moving forward. Hence the interest in 25-year-old Gafford. Gafford is averaging 10.7 boards, 2 blocks, and 1 steal per game in 38 starts for the Wizards. But maybe the Knicks won't have a need for center in 2 weeks from now. Precious Achilles has played well for the past 3 games. He and Jericho Sims both played key roles in New York's win over Brooklyn. All right, so man, it's like, okay, so we have the Knicks' interest in Daniel. We have Mitchell Robinson, to me, who's obviously the better player. I think everybody agrees that Mitch is better than Daniel. We have Hartenstein, who might need a contract extension, but I don't think he's going to be that expensive to where we can't afford it. He might be 14 million. So, like, I'm not understanding the Gafford interest if you feel like Mitch is coming back and you feel like Hartenstein is coming back, unless 2 things. The only 2 things I can think of is you feel like you're not sure if Hartenstein will be back and it's going to be a nagging injury, or you also feel like Mitch is like Mitch is too injury prone, and you might want to flip Mitch because you're afraid that even though you know he's a better player, you want him to be available. You're not sure about his availability moving forward, so you figured we'll take on Gafford, who might not be as good, but we know he'll be here. That's the only thing I can think of right now, because we have Precious and we have Sims who are playing well for us. So that's the only thing I can think of that they might be thinking. I don't know what you guys read on it might be.
I mean,
Gafford's nice, but it's not like you're bringing in a veteran with a bunch of playoff experience. What's the real difference between him and Sims, in my opinion? Like the impact, I think, is greater with Gafford, especially the rim protection. He's a great weak side shot blocker, but overall, he's not worth giving up pieces to go get when you have Sims and Precious in the rotation. If it's a package deal, it's maybe like Diddy Avija with Gafford, Tyus Jones with Gafford. I'm more interested, but just Gafford, I'll pass.
Can we get Tyus Jones and Denny?
Yo,
They're not.
all
I
in.
can't see them trading Denny. They are not
Me,
trading Denny.
me neither, but I'm all in on that. Yes.
Like I'm not with I'm not with the Tyus and Gafford combo. I don't want to. I feel like McBride, Tyus Jones, backcourt for the bench would be kind of disastrous a little bit. I'm not. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't have a crystal ball or nothing, but I have a hunch that it wouldn't be good.
Right, because it's like Gafford costs 12 million. So, like, we know our prime targets. We're trying to get rid of Evan, right? We're trying to trade Evan. So it's like Evan is 18 mil, 18.5. Gafford is 12. So it would have to be Gafford and somebody. It's not going to be Gafford by himself, right? If we're really just trying to trade Evan, then it's who? Gafford and who? Gafford and Tyus gives you 24 million. God,
I like Tyus Jones, but his height is the only thing that's
Only thing.
yeah,
Only thing.
the only thing.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I remember telling before you got here, I told Jay, I remember her point was something you can't argue. And you're right. His height, there's no arguing that. It's too small of a backcourt, especially with close. You don't want 2-6-1 guys closing the backcourt.
No, you don't.
yeah.
And I'm not saying he's not nice because he's short. I'm just saying that right now, the way our team is set up, that probably might be a disaster on the other end. McBride and Tyus in that backcourt.
So are they? I don't want to say it, but it seems like the money might work. Gafford is 12 million. Tyus is 14.
26.
That's 26. We have Evan who's 18 or 18 and a half. Then we have Grimes who is what? 3.
That's 21.
Then it'll probably be Grimes, Evan, and Ryan A for Tyus and Daniel. That's the only thing I can think of that they might.
Trade exception?
Trade
exception?
Yeah, I think the trade exception would be able to fill up the rest of that deal if it is Fournier and Grimes.
Probably. Can you combine trade exceptions with salary? Fritz, our resident NBA business guy. Can you do that?
Yeah, Fritz says they can't use the trade exception, so they would have to throw in Ryan in that deal. So it would probably be Fournier, Grimes, Ryan, and
their first.
Stanley Nowak is trying to suit up. Talk about finding I was suit
up. So it would be Evan. It would be Evan, Ryan, and Grimes for Tyus and Gafford.
That makes us better, y'all. I mean, it does. That's a finals run team right there.
Who we giving up again? You said we gotta give up who?
It would be Grimes and Evan. Grimes.
Yeah, I can't give up 6'5" for Tyus. 6, and not unless they're gonna get somebody in that buyout market. And if the answer is Gordon Hayward, no.
It's because it's weird because it's like you have Tyus here who's 6'1", you're trading Grimes, so now you have a backcourt on the bench of Tyus who's 6'1" and Deuce who's like 6'2".
Not to mention Precious being our backup center
who's at 6'8". So we got this. I'm all for short players, but man, you can't have like three. You can't have 3 people in the bench.
No.
Do you think it's possible that we could pull this trade off without including Grimes?
Yeah,
if we do that, we're winning it all.
Yeah, Fritz says Fournier and Ryan is enough, but it's gonna put Knicks over the tax.
Worth it. We'll win the championship this year.
Yeah,
We
if they could get those pieces, if they could get a piece without giving up Grimes, to me,
Yeah, I would
I
like
think,
that.
I
Yeah.
think, I think we got to shut the shot.
agreed.
I told you with Milwaukee, they can't defend anybody. I'm really not worried about Milwaukee. They got a lot to overcome. Um,
Right.
Yeah,
so
yeah, and
uh,
plus they got their butt beat by Cleveland again.
Yeah, I'm not a
and
believer.
Yeah,
Philly, they could play both ends of the court, but you see, they going through injury issues themselves, and that looks different. Their team look different when you go through injuries because they're still so star heavy, kind of, you know.
Shoot, we going to injury issues right now.
Yeah, but we got a team.
Well, we'll see after this because Randall is a big. Like we have a team, but losing Randall and Brunson, like losing any one of those guys is a big deal.
Yeah, the whole thing with losing Randall, the spacing, like another ball handler creator. But if the hoop, depending if that plug Josh Hart in there with OG in them, then you got somebody else to play that area, kind of, not on the Julius Randle level, but enough to get us by.
Right,
yeah.
So it's not a flaw.
right.
I'll say this though. I know Julius Randle's gonna probably be out for a while, but I would like to see the Knicks go with iHeart, OG at the 4, Grimes at the 3, Dante at the 2, and Brunson at the 1, just to see the spacing for that team. Because the spacing is going to be crazy, and it should give Brunson a lot of wide open lanes to exploit. But I can also see teams also trying to trap Brunson and get the ball out of his hands as well.
Exactly.
But
Mhm.
yeah,
Well,
but I think with the shooters that the Knicks have, they could probably take that. They could probably use it to their advantage and move the ball on the perimeter when he does get trapped and get some open threes and hopefully knock him down. It's going to be interesting to see how the Knicks look without Julius Randle.
what was your lineup again?
iHeart, OG, Grimes, Dante, and Brunson.
Yes.
I would rather
I'm
see that lineup.
I've been wanting to see that. I've been wanting to see Dante and Grimes in the same lineup all year. It hasn't happened that many minutes.
Nah, not that many minutes. It happened like I think in the actually happened in the Nuggets game recently. They got some minutes together. But
Yeah,
yeah, it doesn't happen often.
I was looking at cleaning the glass last week, looking at this is what you do when you're a Knicks fan. You look at stupid stuff. I was looking at lineups with Dante. I was looking at lineups with Dante and Grimes together. And there were certain lineups that was atrocious, but there were certain lineups that really worked that were where they were like a really high plus minus, but it wasn't enough possessions to make a definitive, call on whether it's good or not. You just figured two shooters, you're good. So but I feel like Tibbs is just afraid of the size difference. Like he all of a sudden he's afraid of. I was reading that all of a sudden he's afraid that Grimes is too small after he's been guarding small forwards for most of his career. It's kind of interesting.
That sounds like an excuse to get him out of here.
True.
I'm not feeling that, Tibbs. I'm
Right.
not feeling that at all.
Yeah, but like Daniel Gafford, man, he 2.2 blocks a game. His field goal percentage is high, 69%. He might be leading the league in field goal percentage because when I was looking at his stats, it was bolded, which usually means you're number one in the NBA. So he might be leading the league in field goal percentage. When it comes to steals, he's pretty decent at steal rate for his position. I mean, he would be a good addition. It's just, do we need him long term if Mitch is back? And what does that mean for iHeart? What does that mean for Mitch? If we have Gafford here and we have him here for 2 years, like, is he just here for insurance? Or are we going to end up flipping him in the summer for somebody else?
Yeah, I don't understand that, but maybe that's a plan. They see a 2-part plan. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I would say no.
You would say no. Nah.
If you had to give up Grimes, no.
Nah, I feel like we're gonna. I don't know, man. I feel like we're gonna regret it. I feel like we would regret trading Grimes.
I just want to clarify something. I didn't want Josh to start as a power forward. I would like to see OG in the power forward. Maybe you could slide Josh in there, depending, or Grimes, either or. I was just saying to maybe put somebody as another ball handler or somebody that could get to the rim. You could slide him in there and let him, in small sample sizes, do kind of what the area that Julius runs, because I don't see OG doing that.
My my puppy's been wanting me to tell y'all that we got 165 people in the chat. Let's give a shout out to the chat and to Fritz for managing the chat and all the mods. Much love, y'all.
Yes, salute to everybody in the chat.
Yes.
You
Chat's
could have
blowing
been
up right
anywhere, but you chose to rock with us.
Exactly. And we appreciate y'all enjoying the KOT show, talking Knicks basketball. But yeah, I don't know. What y'all guys think in the chat? Would you trade for Daniel Gafford? I feel like I've seen a lot more no's.
I would.
Hell no.
As long as you don't give up Grimes.
As long as you don't give up Grimes. But yeah, this whole article was written because the Wizards like Grimes. So hopefully that's not what the case is. Where you be giving up Grimes for Gafford.
I need to see Mo. I need Mo.
Yeah, I hear you. I
agree with user UL7EM2YL9W. I would rather have Kelly Olynyk as well. Because why not try something new? I know he's not a Tibbs guy. Obviously, he's not a Tibbs guy. But he's a hell of a playmaker. 5 assists a game at the center position. And he shoots threes at a 40% clip.
Well, we got Precious. We got Precious, though. What we need Kelly for?
Danny Ainge is the devil.
Defense. Because of defense. I mean, pairing Precious and Kelly Olynyk, that's awesome off the bench.
Danny Ainge is
we don't need Kelly. We got Precious. That's your guy. What you trying to give his minutes away for?
Wow. Have we flipped places? Are we in Bizarro land? Is Ebony Precious Hive now?
Nah, I'm just trying not to get Grimes traded. He going to Utah. He out of here.
Oh yeah.
If they trade with Utah, Grimes is out of here.
If we trade to Utah's going to take Grimes, three first.
Yes.
Yes. And like Utah is crazy with their trade demands, man. I don't trust Danny Ainge.
I'm good with Utah. They win it all.
The damn Knicks tax.
Yeah, Knicks tax is high over there.